Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I just love Wednesdays when we get to do our Airdomo live webinars. I feel just so like I'm educating people because I've learned so much over the course of the last several years selling real estate globally, helping people find that dream vacation home or those investment properties because things have just exploded all over the place, whether it's in the US, Central America, wherever. People are buying, people are investing. And today, Kat, I think we're going to be talking about Central America, aren't we?
We are. We're going to talk about the buying, why people are buying in Central America, what's fueling the growth, and what you should think about before you decide to invest in a second home in Central America right now. Very
Yeah, and
exciting.
we're going to hone in on those hotspots of Central America specifically. And those hotspots are Belize, Costa Rica, and Panama. And we're
Yep.
going to dive deep into why those are too.
Yep. So let's get started. Okay, Stephanie, tell us what's fueling the growth trend of buying second homes in Central America right now.
It's like that perfect storm of factors driving the demand. Okay.
Mhm.
Obviously, we've talked about this every single week, but there's been that rise of remote work. There's been that increased interest in a lifestyle migration and global investors looking for safer, more enjoyable asset classes. Central America has offered that year round sunshine, right?
Yep.
Tax incentives, and it's easy access for most major US cities. Plus, it's much more affordable than Europe or the Caribbean for the same, if not better, luxury living experience. It is, that tropical climate. There's so much as it relates to that incentives of coming in. You look at all the different categories of incentives. They're raising their hand. Panama is raising their hand. Costa Rica is raising their hand. They're saying, come here, buy real estate, come be a part of who we are. We want you here.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many people I know that have purchased second homes in Costa Rica recently.
Mhm.
And of course, I work in the crypto space, and Panama is really hot always. Um, so let's talk about Airdomo a little bit. How does Airdomo curate these opportunities for high income buyers that are looking for lifestyle and investment upsides in this area?
Well, that's the deal. We're hand selecting residences that meet three criteria markers, okay?
Mhm.
Strong investment potential, lifestyle richness, and the ease of ownership. We've got to have all three of those, all right? We
Mhm.
handle everything from the vetting developers, navigating the local legal frameworks, to helping clients settle in their new homes, whether they want to live full-time, part-time, or rent them out. We're here to make it seamless. And that's what all of this is about. Because how we got started in all of this was I started working with some developers, and everything was going phenomenally, right? Bringing opportunities in, turning around, sharing them with my past clients. 26 years being in the real estate industry, working with ultra luxury, working in commercial real estate. I've built a very strong database, and then showing them the opportunity of, have you ever thought about owning a second home? Or have you ever thought about investing in these parts, Caribbean, Central America, and different parts? And the answer was yes. And that's how I got going in this space. And then realizing how hard it was. There was a lot to learn.
Mhm.
And so if we could come up with a way to bring this all together, to really make this an easy process and do the heavy lift and the work, which is what real estate professionals do, then this is what we wanted to do. And that's what Airdomo is curating every single day.
Cool. Okay. So I know April 15th just passed, but taxes are still, in the minds of everyone who had to file in America. Let's talk about capital gains tax. Belize has no capital gains tax and extremely low property taxes. How does that impact long-term investment returns?
Well, you got to think about it. No capital gains tax, it's a massive advantage.
Yeah.
Investors can hold or they can flip properties without worrying about capital gains. And with annual property taxes around 1 to 1.5%, your carrying costs stay extremely low.
Mhm.
That's especially compelling for retirees and second home buyers who want long term value without those tax headaches. I mean, think about that. You're in an industry of the fix and flips. Okay. We've heard about fix and flips for quite some time. Okay. And in markets such as Florida, for example, it got extremely competitive, and the real estate just continued to rise and rise and rise and rise, and the fixer uppers became extremely expensive. No matter how much work they needed to be done, people were paying tons of money. Well, you go back to 10 years ago, Florida, and take that same amount of money. That's what you can be doing in Belize and these different parts, right? And getting that incentive, because if you're there doing the fixing up, there is a buyer for that. And instead of paying those large capital gains taxes, you're paying none.
Got it. Okay. In a different part of Belize, let's talk about Ambergris Caye. For buyers looking at Ambergris Caye or Placencia, what kind of lifestyle and rental potential can they expect?
Those offer high tourism demand and incredible waterfront homes with solid rental income potential. Placinia, on the other hand, it's a bit quieter. It's great for boutique luxury and romantic getaways, but both markets attract global visitors. So short-term rentals do very well year round. I was looking at a project and actually working on a project, and this is something that if anybody is looking for a 13 to 14% cap rate on a short-term rental, and you've got about $17 million to spend, I'm telling you right now, these are the types of returns people can be finding in these types of areas. These boutique properties, that's where people want to go. I was with someone yesterday and I said, would you want to stay at a all-inclusive resort with all the hustle and bustle? And 50% of the people say yes, and 50% of the people say no, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm on the quieter side, so yeah, I'd be on the other side.
Exactly.
How does Belize's qualified retired persons program make it easier to gain residency and enjoy tax perks?
Well, the QRP program is perfect for expats 45 and older. Now, that's kind of scares me a little bit when they start to think 45 and older is retired persons, because I'm 47 and I'm working hard for everyone, right? But 45 and older with a monthly income of just $2,000. It fast tracks your residency and includes dually exemptions on cars and household goods. Plus, you can still earn income from outside of Belize without paying local taxes. It's one of the most flexible programs in the region. So if you're earning income from the US, that's not going to attribute toward the income that you may or may not be earning in Belize. And so, if you're 45 years old or older, you can qualify for that QRP program and get fast tracked to residency.
There you go. Let's switch now. Let's move over to Costa Rica, which is so hot right now. Costa Rica's territorial tax system is a major draw. Can you explain how that benefits foreign homeowners?
Absolutely. In Costa Rica, only income earned inside the country is taxed. So think about that.
Perfect.
Only income earned inside the country is taxed. So if you're making money elsewhere, like a US-based business or investments, you won't pay income tax on that. It's a big reason why digital nomads, retirees, and investors are flocking there. That's the big thing. Not to mention, Costa Rica, I'm telling you, it is such a unique place. One of the funniest things for me is going to Costa Rica and seeing. Growing up, I loved monkeys, little monkeys. Mm-hmm. And to see these little monkeys like we see squirrels in the US, or like I see squirrels in Kentucky running around my yard, you see monkeys in Costa Rica. They are so cute. They're throwing flowers at you. I mean, it's such a unique, magical place. But that's why Costa Rica, that's why you hear so much about it. And so many people in the commercial real estate realm, high net worth people, that I've gotten to know throughout the years that I've been doing business with, when I ask them, well, where do you own, your vacation property? They're always mentioning Costa Rica.
Yeah. And the proximity and the ease to get there. I mean, it's just so easy.
It's easy to get to from the eastern coast of the United States, and it's simple to get there from the western coast, which makes it, it's a very short flight, and it's a great location. And the whales are down there mating too. So,
There you go. Santa Teresa and Nassau have become lifestyle magnets. So, what is attracting buyers to these areas specifically?
Luxury and bohemian living. Santa Teresa is that surf chic with an international crowd and stunning sunsets. Nosara leans more wellness focused with yoga retreats, great infrastructure, close knit communities. Both are havens for people looking to unplug without sacrificing sophistication. You might think of some of the famous people, the more famous people that we hear of, having a home in Costa Rica. That's what has put Santa Teresa on the map.
Got it. What's the process like for securing residency through property investment, and how attainable is citizenship?
Very attainable. You can qualify for residency with a property investment of $150,000 or more. It takes just a few months to process. After 7 years of continuous residency, you're eligible for citizenship. It's low friction pathway for those serious about putting down roots.
Okay. Now let's move over to Panama, which is it's really popular with a certain subset of tech people, but it's gaining, mainstream popularity. So let's talk about how Panama offers a 20-year property tax exemption and foreign income tax exclusion. How does that set it apart?
Well, it's absolutely crazy. Did you hear what you just said? Panama is incredibly tax friendly. New builds, new construction can come with up to 20 years of no property taxes. Okay.
Wow.
Like Costa Rica, Panama uses territorial taxation, meaning no local taxes on foreign income. So for investors, that means a greater ROI and fewer surprises down the road. Okay. And so, they're just raising their hand saying, please come and buy this. We want you there. Someone explained it to me really, really simple a year ago. They said, Stephanie, if you bring us $1 million and you invest it in Panama, you're going to get $1 million worth of tax credits.
Wow.
And that's what you're going to do as long as you keep that $1 million in the country, right?
Yeah.
And so that's how it's going to work. And it's going to go through over those times. And so, you're not going to get $1 million back in taxes that year. It's going to go through those 20 years. But how cool is that?
Yeah, it's amazing. There are two places in Costa Rica that are really popular right now. Coronado and Bocas del Toro. So what type of buyers are drawn to these destinations, and what makes each community unique?
So Coronado attracts the buyers looking for gated luxury, golf, and proximity to the city, Panama City. It has top tier infrastructure and services. So, it's more developed, okay? More commercialized. Bocas del Toro is for the adventurous, okay? The boating, diving, nightlife, overwater bungalows. It's vibrant, it's eco-conscious with great rental appeal, but it's not so commercialized, right? You feel like you're more out there and away from the city life.
Okay. Now there is something called the Friendly Nations Visa, and that offers fast tracked residency. What does that mean for real estate investors?
With $200,000 real estate investment, you can gain a permanent residency in as little as 3 to 6 months. That also sets
Wow.
you on a 5-year path to citizenships. It's one of the most efficient and popular golden visa style programs in all of the Western Hemisphere. You all literally, and people are like, what? You can call a citizen attorney in Panama. You can say, I'm flying in on this date, meet me at the airport and start my process because I'm coming with $200,000 and I'm purchasing this property. They love it. They want you to come in and be that dual citizen. They love us United States citizens coming in there and being a part of Panama. And not only just being a part of them, they want us to become one of them. And so you keep that dual citizenship going on.
Awesome. Well, that wraps it up. This was short and really informative. Thanks, Stephanie, for giving us the inside track on second home scene in Central America. And if you're dreaming of a beachfront life with tax advantages and strong ROI, Airdomo might be your gateway to that reality.
Absolutely. For more information, look, follow us on LinkedIn, message me, visit us at airdomo.com here very soon. We will be launching our website. We are just in the final stages of putting together properties, putting together education on how all this can come together for you. But in the interim, just reach out and email me at stephanie@airdomo.com, or again, message us through LinkedIn. We appreciate it. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye all.